Hey, it's Mike from Drive80.com, and today I'm going to show you how to utilize the stop motion effect to animate an image that I found online at Headbands of Hope. If you've been listening to any of these tutorials, you've been noticing that I've been talking about Headbands of Hope a lot just because my friend Jess owns the company and they do really good things, so you should definitely check them out. And also, they wanted to know a little bit about how to do this stuff, so this is a perfect time to give them a shout out. What I did was I went to their Instagram page and I took a screenshot of this image and I downloaded it. Now, it's small, it's 609 by 604, but that's fine. If I was doing this, if they gave me the source file initially, then I'd make it 1080 by 1080 because that's more of a high res, but for now this will work. And what I want to do to start is really just separate all of these letters, because what I'm going to do is have them animate in from off the screen, and it's just going to loop, and that's all it's going to be. Really simple. So what you can do is, if you do find an image online that you want to recreate, you can just bring it into Photoshop and then start breaking it apart. So I get the marquee tool by hitting M, which is right up here. I'm going to start with the D. I'm just going to draw a box around it, and I'm going to hit Command J. Now what that's doing is that it's separating the D out, but we do have this white box, which is fine. It's not going to be an issue in what I'm going to do, I believe. But yeah, so don't worry about that. So what you're going to do is, now you can't do that here because there is nothing there on that D, but you want to go click back on the main image and hit Command J again, click back on the main image and do it with the G and the O and O and the D, so forth. And then after you're done with all that, let me just delete these, you will have something like this. So we got do and good, we got that separated, that's one way to do it. Or I have all the letters separated as well, and then you want to name them. Okay, so once that's saved, and then you save that onto your desktop, what you're going to want to do is go over to After Effects and import that file. So I'm going to get here, I'm going to go to where that file existed, which is do good. I saved it here. I'm just going to click it. I'm just going to drag it into my project window, and I'm going to make sure that it's composition, retain layer sizes, because I don't want to do the size of the whole composition because that just gets really annoying. And editable layer styles, yes. No, we don't want to merge this, and that's it. So you're going to bring that in. It's going to make a composition already, and it's also going to separate everything into separate PSD files in case I need to go back to my Photoshop file and change something. But for now, let's just focus on this composition. I'm going to double click on this, and you can see all the letters are in here. Now to create the stop motion effect, which is going to be just kind of like if I was doing, again, I was taking a photo of it, of the D, here, and then here, and then here. That's the stop motion effect, but I'm going to undo that. And I'm also going to hide these guys here. I'm going to delete this bottom one. Okay, so this white layer, I'm going to lock it, Command L. Okay, there we go. Now what you're going to want to do is, first thing, you're going to want to change the frame rate down to 5 like I've already done. Typically it's going to be between 24, it's going to be on 24 or 30, or that's pretty much it. 60 is a bit too fast. 5 is the key number that I want to have it on, and I'm going to hit OK. And you're also going to make sure your preview, it's on a 5, because when I start moving things, it needs to match it. Now let's zoom in a little bit here on the right. Let's bring this over here. Let's hit N, and let's trim comp to work area. All right, let's move in a little bit. Let's move out. I'm going to undo what I just did. Undo. All right, zoom out. Okay, there we go. There we go, 15 seconds. Let's close that off, and then let's trim comp to work area. There we go. All right, cool. And then we're going to make sure that yeah, I'm going to hit Command on this. Let's keep it there. That's fine. Okay. So here, I'm going to select all of these, select all the letters, and I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to hit Option P to do the first position. Zoom out, and I'm going to hit Option P here. There we go. Now, that just basically says, like, that's where I want it to end. But let's go back to the beginning, because this is where I want to separate everything. So once you go back to the beginning, just make sure you're above everything, and then just drag the layers, or drag the letters off. So here we go. It's, again, simple effect. They're just going to move in off the, out of the scene. So if I move it over, you see it's going to come in, and that's it. Now if I hit render preview, it's going to have this stop motion effect. Now that's really slow. That's so slow. So let's zoom out of this and let's do this. Let's take these keyframes and just move them over and hit N to stop there. There we go. That's still really slow. Let's just keep moving them over. Let's try this again. There you go. So that's like a more of a stop motion effect, right? Now, if I wanted to speed it up just a little bit, I can do my frame rate at 12, and I can also make my frame rate 12 here. And then you'll see that also will fill in a bit more here. Now I'm going to hit over. It's probably going to be super fast now. Actually, that's pretty cool. That works really good. And then what you could do is just kind of move this over a little bit, and you just keep it on the screen. So if someone's scrolling down and this thing's animating, it's going to catch their attention. So if it's just a static image, it's not going to grab their attention. But something like this will, you kind of build in, like, do good. There you go, do good. Or, if you want to not utilize those and you wanted to just use two words like this, you can have this one come in and then this one come in second. Go to the beginning of that, just hit I. Select these two, hit Option P, and then zoom out. And then we can hit Option P again, and then go back to the beginning, and now deselect. And then move this up, and then move this down. Now they'll come in together, but I want to have good come in last. So if I take good and I just move it over a little bit and hit Control 0 to do it, say do good, do good. Now that might be a little bit too slow, so if I bring it back over, I grab the keyframes, I bring them in a little bit, and then I bring this over here. There we go. So let's see. Do good. Do good. And that could be cool. And then you can just render this out. So if I did Option Command M, Option Command N, oops, Control Command M, there we go. Get the render queue up, or you can just go to Composition, add to render queue. Make sure that this is at best setting. Output mode, I would choose H.264, and then just select here, and it'll ask you where on your computer you want to save it. I always save everything in a final folder. And then I would save it, and I'd hit, give it a name. So let's say, what's this? This is Drive 80 tutorial or toot, do good. And I give it a date. Today's 11/27/17. Save it, and then I hit render. Hold down caps lock too. This might get loud. Hold down caps lock or press caps lock, and what it will do is it'll render this a lot faster because it'll pause this from moving, and it's going to save you a ton of time. And if I go back here, if I go to final, I go to this guy, and I hit spacebar, we're going to see that it's moving. So do good. And then it will loop if you upload it to Facebook or Instagram. And that's it. If you have any questions, just comment in the comment area wherever this video is posted. If not, you can just email me directly at mike@drive80.com. Let me just bring those down a little bit. Yeah, you can just email me directly. You can ask me any questions you want. If you have any things that you see online that you want to learn how to do, just definitely tell me that too, because I would love to. I need new ideas. It's always good to have. There's things out there that I haven't seen, and because I can't see that much of the internet. Obviously, it's a lot helpful that most of you guys are seeing stuff that I don't. That was a very long-winded answer. But yeah, send me some samples. Say, hey, Mike, can you show me how to do this? And then I can turn that into a video like this and post it. And I can even mention your company. And that's it. And if you don't want to do any of this stuff, you can just check out some of the stuff that we do on drive80.com. The stuff that we usually focus on is explainer animations, but I just love teaching this stuff because I think it's really fascinating, and I think there's a lot of cool stuff that people can do out there where they don't need to hire a company like mine and spend a ton of money, where they can just do it themselves and learn it and then use it over and over again. And if you also want to, I also do one-on-one consultations as well, so you can hire me to train you for a couple hours, and you can just take off with this stuff and grow your company and have complete control over your content. But again,